We are live again. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to a very new stream. Welcome you all of you from the financial analyst team. My name is Akash Malhotra and I'll be your financial analyst for today's session. Welcome to all my traders, my fellow investors, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very happy to see you again once in every week. My objective the most fascinating thing that I love to is to have conversation with you, even via this medium, to take these special webinars and share my insights about the market. It's good to see you once again. I'm very happy to see you. I happen to have few more details to share with you regarding today's market. We'll be talking about the market, financial market, what recently happened in the last week. You probably would know what happened in the last week and what sort of trading opportunity it could have brought with itself. Welcome to the session once again. Dear traders and my fellow investors, let me remind you that the trade that I'll be taking in my trading accounts, it's just my point of view that I will be sharing with you. I will try to give you some good market advice based on the fundamentals happening in the financial market. At the same time, I'll try to give you some good advice based on the forex as well. This session will be split into the two half. In the very first half, we will be talking about in-depth market analysis in which we will be specifically observing previous week details, the previous week statistics. And later in the conversation, we will be having an in-depth conversation regarding what could be the upcoming trade events. Welcome to all of you. Let me know, dear traders, the comment section is all dedicated for you. You can let me know in the comment section what do you feel and what sort of feedback, if you wish to share any feedback with regards to the platform or anything that you like on the platform, if you anything that you don't like and you wish that these changes can implement a better product in your opinion, I'll be more than happy to answer all your doubts there. Let me know in the comment section if you have any question that you may wish to ask. I will be more than happy to answer your questions at the same time. I will try to give you my opinion based on the market analysis. I think we have few good traders online. Welcome to the stream. Rajat ji, good evening, sir. Good evening, Rajat ji. Welcome to the stream. Santosh ji, good evening, Guru ji. Don't call me Guruji, Santoshji. We are all the traders and we are in a community where we basically share our ideas and our thought process in line with each other and see whether these ideas can help any of the trader who do not know anything about the trading can get some ideas and, benefit himself in the longer run. Yeah, so the very idea of trading is to capitalize on the various moments in the market. That's why we are doing what we are doing from this very long time. So, yeah, thank you very much for joining the stream, Santoshi. Mr. Nauterek ji said, nice. Welcome to the stream once again. Arjun ji again is one of my old clients, been with me from a very long time. Welcome to the stream. Arjun ji said, sir, hi, good to see you. Good to see you too, sir. Last week, non-farm payroll was negative. Yes, we will be talking and having an in-depth conversation about it. I'll share you my point of view on this. Can you please suggest next move on USD JPY pair? Also, please on Ethereum. That's an excellent question which Arjun ji has raised. Guys, I will be sharing my point of view again. The point of view that I will be sharing, you might be familiar with it, might not be. But again, our objective is to align our hypothesis on which we will be able to build a good capital on, right? So yeah, that's what we'll be doing for today. Welcome to the stream, Mr. BB4. She said hi, hello sir, good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Is this all a scam? I'm very sorry that you felt that way, sir, because not only me but all of my traders are making a good amount of profit. There were lot of analysis that we are doing, and let me tell you, Olymptrade is working from last 14 years. It's not a small journey at all. It's been a very long journey that the Olymptrade has been having, and thanks to you that you have given a lot of trust in Olymptrade, and because of which we are able to do what we are doing and provide you the best facilities on the platform itself. Thank you very much about that. Always remember, a trader's journey is full of up and downs. That doesn't really, so sometimes what really happen, we perform a lot of actions on our trading, may it be fixed time trading or forex trading, and some sort of non-profitability happens after that. Then what really happened, we get demotivated and we start blaming something else rather than ourselves or our knowledge that we are trying to take the trade on. Always remember that a trader will always take the responsibility and try to do everything in the trade, see whether the trade was profitable for him based on the analysis that we did, or there was some sort of changes that he needed to do. We always try to adapt ourselves based on the circumstances. I will be sharing my insights with you for today as well. Welcome to all my fellow traders and investors. Welcome to the very new stream. So all the trades that I'm taking on my trading account are based on my experience. So do not try to copy my trades. Yeah, because the stream is getting like it's been shown with a little delay. So copying my trade certainly can take your trade for a toss. Always remember about that. And let's get started. So let's get back to the question which recently Arjun ji have asked about. Mr. Arman ji said, "Sir, 5,000 auction नहीं आ रहा है, क्या 5,000 ऐड हो जाएंगे?" मैं समझा नहीं अरमान जी, कैन यू प्लीज elaborate your question so that I will be able to answer it. Unfortunately, your question is not that clear. Okay, again, let's get started. So, as you know, the non-farm payroll was released. Let me know in the comment section how did you feel about that. So non-farm payroll plays an important pivotal points in the financial market deciding the future of USD currency. It was released on last week and all of the trader probably will have some of you will have an idea, and if not, that's completely fine. I'll be sharing my insight with you. So last week non-farm payroll was released exactly at 6 o'clock on Friday. That is on 1st of August. And this non-farm payroll not only hamper the performance of the market, it completely deteriorate the performance of the market. Now, why did I come to that conclusion? It's the reason because there was a possibility which was estimated. So let me just share you my insight. So let's just go to economic calendar here. Okay. And okay, so let me do some sort of modification here. We'll select English India uh, from that economic calendar. And yeah, let me just apply a few filters here. Dear traders, let me know in the comment section how many of you do know how to check non-farm payroll or the economic calendar. Okay, so there is this one question which was asked. I think Arman ji said, sir, deposit 5,000 ka option. So you mean to say that the 5,000 rupees deposit option is not there? It should be, because in the deposit page, if you'll go to payment deposit option, here you will see if you want to deposit. Okay, so we usually go ahead with USDT payment method. In case you want to do that, you can select the INR account and then go to payments deposit options in here. Uh, so it depends upon the payment method that you select. And I believe 5,000 rupees option is already there, sir. So you can use it for your benefit. So the option is there, Armanji. Can you please log out and re-log in again? Withdraw is not coming. I'm very sorry about that. You can reach out to the support. There is a help option available. Go out on the support section, have a conversation with our team via chat, and they will try to help you out. Sometimes the withdrawal that you take is been processed into the multiple steps, so probably gonna take, but majority in the close to 90% of the time, the withdrawals get credited on the same day. Thank you very much for such a lovely question that you are raising. It basically gives me an option to help you out to the best possible extent. Thank you very much about that. Arman ji said, Jai Hind boliye, sir. Jai Hind, always, always, sir. Dragon withdraw not come in. Okay, there are a lot of comments. Sir, please do not try to spam in the comment section. It would be very difficult for me to read all the traders and their comments. Mr. BB4 said, Did you fail in your trading before and now? I did trading and I've been doing it from a very long time. Sometimes the trade that you execute in your trading account can be profitable. Sometimes they do get for the toss. But then our objective is to maximize the possibility of profit, right? And that is what we have been doing from a very long time. So you try to test your hypothesis, and based on that, if you'll see, you have to improvise your trading results every day. So there are a couple of trades I was having conversation. Okay, not on this account. I think on this account. and both of them, the profit and the closing time were equal. If we could have went with a little higher duration, that would have been profitable. But anyways, so let's talk about the economic calendar. Forgive me about that, Arjunji. Let's get back to your question. So the non-farm payroll was released, and this was one of the important data releases. And the very first thing that I observed in the non-farm payroll, if you'll see, non-farm payroll not only hampers the performance of the market, but it is been driven by two factors. The first one is non-farm payroll, and the second one is the market driven by the unemployment rate. Now these two operate in conjunction with each other. So the estimated confirmation that I was having with the clients in the last session was that there was higher chances for the unemployment rate either to be equal or lesser than the given number. Now the actual data comes out to be equal, but here unemployment rate was sitting in the back seat. The driving factor was non-farm payroll, and this was one of the biggest shock comes to the US. It was expected to have like around 106,000 new employment created in the month of July, but rather than that, only 73,000 jobs were created. Now let's see how the market reacted on that. So here, for take an example, let's take any USD pair and let me show you how I was able to make a profit on it. I will also love to show you that as well. So we'll select any USD pair. We'll select USD. Let's start with USD JPY. And in fact, here is the existing candle that you can observe. Exactly at 6 o'clock in the evening, the non-farm payroll data was released and it basically completely collapsed the market price of USD JPY from 150 to 147, that too in a very shortest duration of time. Now, this sudden collapse was basically never anticipated by all the traders. That they were looking very closely to this data and they was observing this data very carefully. Because of the sudden variation in the market, USD started tumbling down because of the non-farm payroll, and because of the same, you know how much it would have impacted gold. So the USD value started decreasing, but one of the best thing happened, the value of gold started rising. And I invested like close to $100 in here, and this is the exact amount of profit I am able to build from the last trade. Yeah, that is true. This is how we basically were able to profit ourselves. I was holding on the gold position, holding from a very long time. And right now, what will happen? Let me give you an idea. Because of because of lesser employment in the US, there will be a higher pressure on the Federal Reserve to reduce interest rate. Now, one thing for sure we understood from the entire market events or the market analysis that we did, that when the Fed reduces interest rate, now this is an application I'll be telling you. When Fed reduced because of the lesser employment jobs, so that means Fed has to increase the probability of getting the jobs. One way to do that is to decrease the interest rate. Now, when they decrease the interest rate, every time they decrease the interest rate, gold prices started to increase, and this is the reason why the prices of gold are keep on increasing, dear traders. This is how we understand the market. And that's the only reason I was holding my position on the gold to capitalize on this moment. Mr. Fahimji said, "Can you speak in Bangla?" Unfortunately, not, sir. I can speak there. I can have this conversation with you in the English language since this stream is conducted on the English language itself. So, I also have another thing to share with you. Right now, we have multiple options to check the complete variations of the stock market in any stock market you may name it as. So, because of this market started rising, but there is also the conflict in the international market happening. So, our president Donald Trump basically imposed 25% tariff on the Indian goods, which was also a little different factor. So, the lot of tariffs has been put into the order. And that is another reason why the US stock market also tumbled down. So, if you look into the price of NASDAQ, it dropped heavily in the recent days and keep on plumbing itself down. I know there will be some sort of correction after every fall. So there is a correction happening right now, which I have absolutely anticipated. And that is the reason. So the NASDAQ tumbled down. S&P 500 also tumbled down. So that means close to 500 companies in an index consisting of close to 500. So these also tumbled down by a huge margin. And to check up with the what is happening with the existing stocks, I have one fancy way. So we can go to finviz.com. If you see this, here on the home page itself, you will be able to see this color. We call it as a heat map, right? Let me just click on it, and it contains Standards and Poor's 500, top 500 companies. See, if you see this color basically as an indication for the sell which recently has happened. The stronger the color is, that means the here the color is very strong red, and here it is an estimation that the Amazon stock prices has been fallen down recently. It is because of the factor that they were about to release its earning report and it is not up to the mark, and based on that there was a heavy selling in the Amazon happened. Same happened. Some sort of corrections are happening. Nvidia, Meta. So these are all the technological semiconductor stock, technological stock. These are the consumer side. So all the stocks which were there, hampered its performance greatly. So Finviz basically contains this heat map, which can help you to understand what is happening in that particular stock market. So this is an S&P 500 index stock, and that's not only it. There are multiple indexes chart that you can use it for your advantage. So this is the first way that we can analyze it. And there is another crypto, if you can see here. Yeah, and there is another news update that I wanted to give you. So recently happened that because of this red implications of Fed will be decreasing its interest rate, and that is another reason there were higher chances of Bitcoin to rise. And now based on the existing financials that we can see, there is a sudden drop in the financial market, specifically for the Bitcoin. If we zoom out in here, 110,000 will act as a great level of support for Bitcoin. And so therefore, based on that factor, Bitcoin has the highest chances of increase in its price right now. That is the reason we are holding a position on Bitcoin with 15x as a multiplier. So if even if you want to open up a trade, let's take a one trade in here with you in the live. Let me took it in the demo account. Let's just suppose I invested close to $200 and select 10 to 15. Let's go ahead with the 15 as a multiplier and select a buy position here. Based on this, our trade will be closed on what price? It will be near 1,10,000, and the chances of getting back to 1,10,000 are very slim. Even if you go ahead with 10x as a multiplier in the longer run, could can help us out in more sophisticated manner. So Bitcoin has a good chances of rising. Keep a very closer look on the market. Not only Bitcoin, but if the value of Bitcoin increases, it will also hamper the performance of alternative cryptocurrency. That means in the upcoming time, all the cryptocurrencies has the high chances of rising. But in this situation, should I take the trade or not? That's the question we should ask to ourselves. So in this situation, holding a position with the smallest value of multiplier can go for a long run. So there are a lot of correction recently happened. And if we'll see on third, when the market was tumbled down because of the non-farm payroll, we had an excellent opportunity for buying in 0.18 is an excellent buying price level. But I strongly believe that the cryptocurrency, all the alternative cryptocurrencies have the good chances of rising in the future part. Mr. Vijay ji said, sir, place the trade. In which asset do you want me to place the trade, Vijay ji? This session is completely based on the Forex analysis and the analysis that we do on Forex market. As I told you, since there was a sudden drop in the financial market with respect to Nasdaq prices, so there are good chances for the Nasdaq to increase. So therefore, the reason that we are holding a position on Nasdaq is that because of the sudden fall in the nature, considering the nature of the fall, and there will be some sort of correction can happen afterwards. And yeah, here is a good time to hold our position on this payment. Uh, Mr. Dhiman ji said hi. Hello, sir. Good evening, Mr. Dhiman. Mr. Mohammed ji said hi, sir. Please मैं अपने पेमेंट कैसे विड्रॉ करूँ? Now, one of the easiest method to withdraw your funds, you should have a sufficient balance to withdraw your funds. Go to this payment option. You will see a withdrawal option available here. Click on the withdrawal option and you will be able to withdraw your funds to your favorite account. So deposit and withdrawal options are already there. So you can utilize these options to increase your profitability. Click on this withdrawal option. You can withdraw your capital. Majority of the withdrawals have been done within 24 hours. That won't be that long. It won't be taking that much long. Okay. So we recently talked about what? Gold. We talked about Bitcoin, and as I told you, Bitcoin gold has a good chances of rising because the interest will has to decrease one way or another. So the gold will be increasing for sure. Second thing, we talked about Bitcoin and all the cryptocurrency pairs. Let's talk about the third terminology that we talked about was Nasdaq, and the fourth one, including all these major updates. There was this one question asked by Sir that what should happen with USD JPY. As of now, because of the tariff implication, I still strongly believe that the strong selling zone can continue for USD JPY. So if you are willing to take a trade in upward direction, thinking that this is way cheaper to buy USD JPY, this is not the right time. Because if you'll see from the candle analysis, there is a continuous selling happening on this. Even if you go ahead on the volume indicator, you can see there are consequent red candle formation or the sellers are present, so which is an indication that the selling can continue. So therefore holding a position on USD JPY right now in the upward direction will something that not need to be appreciated. You have to be carefully observing USD JPY. So yeah, this is what has been happening in the USD market. So the fall in the USD JPY basically helped euro to climb a little higher. If you'll see the prices in Euro USD, it rose tremendously. Mr. Francis ji said, Hi, sir, from Colombia. Welcome, welcome to the stream, sir. We have traders from all around the corner. Thank you very much for joining the stream. Let me know how do you feel about the stream and in which particular topic do you want me to talk about. Do you want to know about specific about fixed time market, forex market? Is there something that we guys are targeting now? Please let me know in the comment section. Okay, so yeah, let me get back to this new part. So as a trader, you should know this. This is one of my favorite site, Finviz. Here we can basically check the performance of every stock market. I mean, basically in here. See, it contains Microsoft, the basic selling and buying, which is happening entirely in entire S&P 500. It has been indicated via this heat map. If you want to check the percentage variation, there is a crypto option available. And here, based on that, you can also get to know that which assets have been working and what sort of changes which have been happening right now. So Bitcoin fall to 0.28%, Ethereum slight positivity, XRP is also there, BNB. So these are the big cryptocurrencies. It also contains the alternative cryptocurrency pairs as well. This is the independent crypto chart that you can observe. And this will basically gives you an idea that BTC prices here, if you'll see, Litecoin has been increased compared to Bitcoin. So alternative cryptocurrency, as I told you, has the highest chances of increasing. Mr. Gamerji said, Hi, good evening, sir. Good evening to you too, sir. Now, getting back to what can happen in the upcoming market events. As I told you, there's a good possibility for gold to keep it on the rising front. Bitcoin prices will have a good chances of rising, including alternative cryptocurrency pairs. USD JPY, there should be a little fall continuation and happen, and keep a very closer look on economic calendar. This week we have bunch of opportunities available. One of the important aspect that we are watching it is the Bank of England interest rate decisions. Now, see, here is the part. When any country decreases their interest rate, it hampers the performance of their currency, because if the currency here, if the interest rate becomes on the smaller front, there is a possibility that the loan disposal can be on the higher side. And if the people borrowing power increases, that means the employability can increase. And if the employability increase, ultimately it will be going to drive that country's currency on the higher front. That is also true. Mr. Sigma ji said, hello, sir. Hello, good evening to you too, sir. Mr. Arman ji said, Dhanyavad. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome. Okay. So these are the major market events, right? Heat maps, you are also should be one of the objective is to observe these heat maps. Heat maps, heat maps basically tells you which currencies have been trending, and this is another fancy ways to understand the market. Everything will look something like this. Here you will see Microsoft dropped 1.76%, Apple dropped minus 2.5%, and also starting from the next month, I believe Apple will be launching its new product, right, which is your favorite iPhone 17. And if these iPhone 17 will be a hit, there will be a good chances for the Apple stock prices to rise once again. Yeah, so keep a closer look on it as well. Guys, if you have any, dear traders, if you have any questions that you may want to ask me, I will be more than happy to answer your question. And the third and most important part is we left one currency, which is Brent. Now, if you'll see, because of the economic policies which recently has been happening, the prices of crude oil have been decreasing amazingly. Now, if we are going to watch it closely, let's do it for a day. You can see that this particular level act as a good level of support. So that means if the value of Brent come back to this level, again, this is a technical level. We draw a horizontal line in here. We can take the trade in upward direction from this particular point. I am holding my trade like close to $200 and I'm expecting for the market to rise, but then using a 10 or 20 as a multiplier will be playing a good factor just for the sake of that trade, and the trade will be saved further. I think Bitcoin is correcting a little. Okay, let me just open it once again. Just some small corrections happening in Bitcoin. Okay, let's do a thing. Let's wait for it to rise once again. Oh, okay. All right. We will be holding our position for some period of time in this asset. For the safer side, I took my stop loss on the positive front, even if the market. Okay, let's do this. Let's close this position for $2,000 and open one around $100 position with just small multiplier. We basically want the market to correct a little, and then we will hold our position. So a good position to open up a trade is 11. Okay, so let's do this. 11,290. Let's open pending orders. 11,290. It's a good entry point in my opinion. Okay. 11,266. 11,266. Yep. 11,266 was our point. 11,266. Yeah, let's do this. Let's open like close to $1,000 trade in here with the set of multiplier close to 20. I'm selecting one pending order here and place a pending order trade. Okay, so this price isn't something that we have ordered for. So we took one wrong trade. Let's open another pending order. So there was a okay, so 112. Okay, so we are considering this as a support level. Let's do this. Let's select a graph for a day and we'll get a clarity on this. So since the price are correcting, 1,12729. 1,12729. Okay. 2,729. Now, you all must be wondering why we are changing the prices. This is the reason because if we see this particular level, we really want our trade to open at this particular price, and that is the reason we are adjusting the prices. Okay. We'll place one pending order here. Yeah, here. If you'll see, this green line has been there. So that means the trade will be open automatically. What's the prices of Nasdaq? Nasdaq is rising once again. Nice, nice. In the next week, guys, we'll be talking about much more about the financial market. and keep a very closer look on the prices of gold, Bitcoin, Brent, and even Nasdaq. I'll be coming up with few more examples in the next week, starting from the next week. Thank you very much for joining today's session. It was lovely having conversations with you. I will be sharing my insights in the next session as well. Thank you very much for joining. My name is Akash Malhotra and I'll be signing out for today. Thank you very much, dear traders.